Hello everyone, this is As Muhammad Khan and I welcome you with today's segment student. Today we will discuss about the organic biomolecules. In the previous segment we have discussed student about the inorganic biomolecules like the water and ions. Water is found about 70 to 90% in a cell and ions are found around 1%. Now with this, some organic biomolecules are also found inside the cell. So today we will discuss about them in detail, student. Like the first organic biomolecule is protein. Yes, student, protein. Protein is the main constituent of the living cell and it contains 10 to 15% composition of the cell. And student, it is a linear chain of amino acid having peptide bond. That's why it is also known as polypeptide. And it is made up of amino acid, student. So amino acid is the basic unit of protein. And it helps in, means the protein helps in the growth and development, and with this it also protects the living organisms from the pathogens or the microbes. Means when our body fight against the diseases, at that time the antibodies that are made, those antibodies are made with the help of protein, student. With this, protein also helps to make hormones and enzymes. Hormones and enzymes are made up of protein. Now we come on the next important constituent of the organic biomolecule, student, that is carbohydrate. So with the help of this word you can understand the composition of this. Carbohydrate means it is the biomolecule that contains carbon with water. Means here the carbo for carbon and hydrate for water. And it is found around 3% inside the cell, and with this it helps in the getting the energy. Means it provides the energy, student. And what is the chemical formula of carbohydrate? It is, student, CnH2O N or CH2ON, and with the help of this we can get the formula of carbohydrate. There are the different type of carbohydrates are found according to the chain of the sugar, and that chain of the sugar is known as saccharide. Like the first carbohydrate known as monosaccharide, second is known as oligosaccharide, and third is known as polysaccharide. About them we will discuss in detail. Lipid is the main constituent of the cell, student. It provides the extra energy to the cell, and student, it is found around 2% inside the cell, and it is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and very less amount of oxygen it contains. With this, student, there are three types of lipids: simple lipids, compound lipids, and derived lipids. And they are also known as, student, fat. Fat is the general name of the lipid, student. Now we come on the nucleic acid. Nucleic acid is the main constituent of the cell, and it helps in heredity, or we can say that the nucleic acid are the inheritance unit of the cell. And there are DNA and RNA are the types of the nucleic acid that are found inside the cell. What is the nucleic acid, student? It is the polymers of the nucleotides. Polymers of the nucleotides are known as nucleic acid, and they are found around 5 to 7% inside the cell. So it is about the organic biomolecules. Now we will discuss one by one in detail, student. First we will discuss about the protein. Yes, student, now we will discuss the most important biomolecule, that is protein, and it is organic biomolecule. And what we call it, what is another name of this is, it is polypeptide, student. And it is the linear chain of amino acid. And there are, student, 20 types of amino acid. Like in your book, there are the 3 amino acid chemical structure is given. Those 3 amino acid chemical structure you will learn. And what are they, student? They are the simpler amino acid, like this. This is the amino acid, that is glycine. Yes, this. In this, one bond of the carbon is connected with the carboxylic group, and one bond of the carbon is connected with amino group, and one bond of the carbon is connected with hydrogen, and this one bond is connected with hydrogen. So with the help of this, you can learn all the amino acid. In this, hydrogen is here, but in the alanine, here is, in the place of hydrogen, what is here? It is methyl group. Means one bond of the carbon is connected with carboxylic group, one bond of the carbon is connected with amino group, and one bond of the carbon is connected with hydrogen group, but one bond of the carbon is connected with methyl group. In which amino acid, student? In the alanine. Here in the glycine, it is connected with hydrogen, but in this, it is connected with methyl group. Like this. In this structure is similar. Only what is changed here? Here in the serine amino acid, it is connected with CH2. So student, in the serine, this carbon bond is connected, means this carbon bond is connected with CH2OH. That's why it is known as serine. So here CH2O is connected in this serine, here CH3 is connected in alanine, and here hydrogen is connected in glycine. So student, there are the 20 types of amino acid, and the 3 we have discussed here with their chemical structure, like alanine, cysteine, proline, tryptophan, lysine. These are the 20 types of amino acid, and they are connected in a chain in the protein, student. A protein is a heteropolymer. Heteropolymer means in this, the amino acids are not repeat, they changed, means their monomers are changed. That's why we can say that the proteins are heteropolymer, they are not homopolymer. So this point you will learn. With this, student, from where the proteins are obtained in the living organisms? Yes, student, tell me. You have learned about the cell, na? In the cell organelles, which component of the cell synthesize the protein? Yes, you are right, it is ribosome. And where are the ribosomes are found? They are found on the endoplasmic reticulum. But in prokaryotic cell, they are found in the scattered form inside the cytoplasm of the prokaryotic cell. And what they do, student, they synthesize the protein. With this, protein is also taken by the animals with the help of their diets. And from which diet we get the more protein, student? We get the more protein from fish, from egg, from meat, from pulses, from gram, from nuts. These are the main sources of the protein containing diet, student. And what the protein does, the protein help in the transportation of the nutrients via cell membrane, student. As you know that the cell membrane or the plasma membrane is made up of with the help of the two main constituents. First is lipid and second is protein. So it also help in the transportation. With this, student, it makes the antibodies in our body, and those antibodies fight against the diseases. That's why we can say that the protein also protects us from the diseases, and they maintain the immunity system of our body. With this, there are hormones and enzymes are found in our body, and those hormones and enzymes have the different functions, and those hormones and enzymes are made up of special type of protein, student. Next important feature of the protein, student, there is one protein that is known as collagen, and it is the most abundant protein in animal world. And where is it found? It is found in between intercellular space. That's why we can say that the collagen is the most abundant protein of the living world. So it is about the protein. In the next segment, we will discuss about the lipid and carbohydrate, student. So thank you very much. Have a healthy day.